Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Pooh Shiesty. Now, Pooh Shiesty is a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee, he's on the freshman list for XXL. Dude has been doing his thing, man. He's like one of the top up-and-coming rappers in hip-hop to date, man. And he just got some of the worst news in probably his whole life, man. Now, he's had some serious situations. He's been in a lot of situations as far as street beef and things like this. But when it comes to this type of news, man, there's no preparing for it. Because they're saying that Pooh Shiesty is getting indicted by the feds. And I'm going from an official report from the court that happened, man, today, I'm guessing. They were in court, and this is what came up, man. It looks like Pooh Shiesty's going to be in court a lot in the future. So, man, be clued in for a lot of the updates. But the news we found out today is wild because they're saying social media played a huge part in what brought Pooh Shiesty this indictment, man. Yeah, I'm not tripping, man. Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this report that came out from the Miami Herald today talking about Pooh Shiesty. Now, it just came out about an hour ago, and this is a wild story to say the least. Now, the headline says this: Feds indict rapper Pooh Shiesty, use Instagram pics of cash, car as evidence in robbery case. Now, we'll stop right there because some of you might be confused. Pooh Shiesty has several cases in front of him, right? He's got the case about the shooting down in KOD in Miami, right? Then he had the shooting at Bay Harbor Island that he was indicted for. Now, the Bay Harbor Island situation, he was released on bond. And that's when he caught the case where he was down for Memorial Day in Miami and he was performing at a show and allegedly somebody knocked the money out of his pocket when he was leaving and Pooh Shiesty opened up. Now, to be real, that's all alleged because the person of interest or the lead witness in this situation, the security guard who actually got shot, made an official statement to Pooh Shiesty's lawyers and brought it before the court that he did not get shot by Pooh Shiesty, clearing Pooh Shiesty pretty much, right? Now, it's been a lot of skepticism about that situation. And I'm not going to delve into that because obviously he came in on his own reconnaissance and said, forget this, man. I want to clear Pooh Shiesty, and you got to take that for what it is. But since then, Pooh Shiesty went before the judge, and the judge denied his bond, even though he got cleared on that case. She said he was in too many situations of this type of magnitude where there was shooting involved, so there was no way she was releasing Pooh Shiesty to the public just yet. Well, Pooh Shiesty's lawyers geared up because they had already heard ramblings or got the news that there was an investigation on the horizon from the feds. So Pooh Shiesty's lawyers said, man, let's get it all together. We know he's 100% innocent. In the last video, they talked about that. They said, yo, Pooh Shiesty's 100% innocent in both of these cases. We ain't worried about it. We're ready if the feds bring their case. Well, the feds just indicted Pooh Shiesty. Yeah, man, it's real. Now, when the feds come, everybody gets to scrambling because, man, they have an unlimited budget and it's hard to play against them because usually they already have the case won by the time your name shows up. And that's bad for Pooh Shiesty because he's at the height of his stardom in the rap game. Call it what you want. Call it what it is. Pooh Shiesty is one of the hottest rappers in the game right now. Bar none, right? Well, the story continues by saying this. It says the feds have indicted rapper Pooh Shiesty over the alleged shooting and robbery of two men outside a Bay Harbor Island hotel. Stop right there. That means this is about the Bay Harbor Island shooting at the hotel or whatever. Everybody's by now has seen the video of that shooting or what took place then. I mean, it really wasn't much. You do see Pooh Shiesty clearly, or you allegedly see Pooh Shiesty on the camera in the yellow car, and then everybody speeds off or whatnot, man. It was a crazy scene, crazy story. I did a whole video about that as well. Now, they're saying they're looking into him about that. What does that say to most of the fans out there or people who should be paying attention? The King of Diamonds situation isn't even involved in this Fed indictment, or at least this indictment that they're coming down with, right? We don't know if they're going to do something in the future, but for the news right now, it's all about the Bay Harbor Island situation that they're coming for Pooh Shiesty for. Okay, so the story continues like this. It says this. It says the rapper, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, is now in federal custody and is expected to make his first Miami federal court appearance on Tuesday afternoon. The charges: discharging a firearm during a violent crime, conspiracy, and robbery under a law regulating commerce. Now stop right there. That's a lot to say that he was involved in a deal that went bad and somebody got robbed, right? Now it continues by saying Williams, 21, had been charged and freed on bond in Miami-Dade State Court over the same incident. But earlier this month, he was put back in jail on a separate charge over the alleged shooting of a security guard at the King of Diamonds strip club on Memorial Day. We have been in communication with the U.S. Attorney's Office. We believe they have a federal detainer on him and are likely to file federal charges, his defense attorney said. They told the Miami Herald earlier. Now, I talked about that. His defense attorney, even when they got ramblings, there was a federal indictment maybe coming down. It was a possibility. They were already out there talking about it. They also continue by saying that doesn't change our position as to his 100% innocence in both state and federal matters. So they're professing the innocence of Pooh Shiesty all out. You know what I mean? Now, the story continues by saying this. In the federal case, Williams is charged along with two other men, Bobby Brown and Jaden DeRosa, according to a criminal complaint. The trio in October arranged to buy a substance and high-end athletic sneakers from two men at the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Island. Williams showed up in a rented McLaren exotic car, DeRosa in a black Mercedes Maybach. During the deal, Williams and Brown shot the two men, one in the hip and the other in the rear end, according to the complaint. The robbery was captured on video surveillance, according to the criminal complaint by Miami-Dade detective Elio Garcia, who is part of the FBI Violent Crimes Task Force. Williams used a Draco subcompact machine gun and never paid either victim for the shoes or the substance, the complaint said. Now they're saying that Pooh Shiesty was actually one of the shooters and shot one of the dudes in cold blood and didn't even pay for the goods. It was all the time it was a setup for a robbery. Now the story continues and says, social media, the feds say, was critical in building the case. Investigators also found a Louis Vuitton bag that fell out of the McLaren. It contained $40,000 in cash just before the robbery. The Fed said his Instagram featured photos of himself with several long rifles and a plethora of $100 bills. Stop right there. That seems, I don't know, man, that seems kind of weak, doesn't it? I mean, just by using his social media to say that he's flashing a lot of $100 bills and weapons, I mean, those weapons could be legal. Those $100 bills could be made from other means. But, man, I'll continue. One of the bills in the bag had the same serial number as the one depicted on Instagram. His Instagram account also featured him posing with what appeared to be the green McLaren. Stop right there. Okay, that is wild. Everybody take notice. Hip-hop community take notice. Share this video to everybody you know who wants to be a rapper or is a rapper. They said they keyed in on one of the $100 bills so good they could tell the serial number was attached to the money that somebody either withdrew earlier or not. That is wild. Okay, crime doesn't pay, man. Make sure you got you a good job, you a law-abiding citizen, because you cannot beat this technology out here. Let me repeat. One of the $100 bills serial number was seen on his Instagram. They keyed in on that and traced that back to the robbery. Alleged robbery, we'll say that, right? Now, the story finishes by saying DeRosa's Instagram account also showed him wielding the same Draco used by Williams, according to the complaint. Williams, who hails from Memphis, Tennessee, is part of rapper Gucci Mane's 1017 record label and also has a hit song called Back in Blood. Williams is still facing an aggravated battery charge in the strip club shooting. The victim in the case is alleged to have recanted, although prosecutors have said they're investigating why he backtracked. Now, the story ends there. Now, the Miami Herald, they've been doing their job. They've been on this story from day one. And for all that information to come out right now, it spells a trouble for Pooh Shiesty, man. If all that lines up and pans out, I have to see, man. If that pans out, the whole thing about the $100 bill, man, wow. That I'm telling you, man, you playing with the feds is a whole nother game. You know what I mean? Man, to be real, they did their research. It sounds like they got a solid case. But hopefully, for Pooh Shiesty's benefit, none of this pans out. He could get back out here dropping raps because I loved his album, dropping music because I like his music, and, man, get back to making money the legal way. You know what I mean? Not to say that he makes illegal money. But what do you think about this whole situation with Pooh Shiesty getting indicted by the feds, them saying they have all this evidence? They're talking about the surveillance video. They got the $100 bills, all this against Pooh Shiesty. Man, with that, man, this been your boy, Big Man. What do you think? Do you think that Pooh Shiesty is innocent until proven guilty and we need to not jump to conclusions? Or do you think, man, this is a bad look and, man, it might be a hard time for him going in the future? Now, with that, this been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.